Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another This Week at Bungie for October 15th, 2020. I'm joined today by two members of the High Desert Drifters, of course. We have Neagle9. You guys know him since the beginning of Destiny 2. And, of course, our lovely tech person that I brought in for the tech episode, Larson, aka Caspian.
Hello.
And before we get into it, just so people that know that are freshly new to my YouTube channel, Neagle9, how long have you been playing Destiny and what class do you play?
I've been playing since the beta for Destiny 1, and I exclusively play Hunter.
And what about you, Larson?
Well, I've been playing since Destiny 1 as well. I pretty much play Warlock, although lately I have been dipping into Titan.
Nice save.
Nice.
Thank you. Actually, to be fair, it's a night and day experience, so it's actually been a lot of fun.
I believe it. All right. Well, let's get right into the meat, huh? This week at Bungie, we're calling the shots for the next race to Worlds First. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is about a month away from launch for us. This means closing out the game and getting ready to hand it off to you, with a few more fun social media moments to unveil along the way. For you, this means a final stretch of anticipating the new story and the new world you'll experience as you aim down the barrel of your weapon of choice. For the elite raiders in the room, this means a new shot at glory. The race to Worlds First completion of a raid is one of the most spirited traditions in the Destiny community. Race Day is when the world turns its eyes to Destiny to see who emerges as the hero. And by this, they mean literally, because when World's First races happen, that is the most watched thing on Twitch. There are, like, the Destiny 2 category is the most watched thing always. And it's always, like, the top people, like Team Redeem with Glad and all them, Glad and Sweatcicle and all them, Dado's team, Math Class, Professor Broman's team, although he's not doing it this year because of health issues, but his team is still going on, doing it in his honor. And then a few others. But yeah, it's a huge event that is watched by probably millions of people, including Bungie themselves. And actually, the fun part is, me and Neagle9 have seen a few of the races, and sometimes, and at one point together, because we were watching Scourge of the Past together.
Yeah, we saw Scourge of the Past like bright and early in the morning, just sitting there watching it all happen.
Yeah, because it was one of the days where I was gonna go to work with him, and as we were getting ready, we were watching, I think, Dado's point of view.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Anyway, we have stood next to some of these legends on a stage where, while they claimed their titles in front of a cheering crowd, it's almost time to fire that starting pistol again. For context, every year at GuardianCon, or at least before the pandemic happened, they actually gave the world's first people from the start of Destiny 1, including Vault of Glass, all the way to, I believe the last one was Scourge of the Past and Last Wish. And they actually gave the physical raid belts to these people. Even for the people that, like, couldn't go, like, they gave them so they could, like, send them to the other ones that couldn't show up later. It was a really cool thing to watch. I saw the live stream for it. So yeah, the next race for World's First begins on Saturday, November 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific. Just like I called it, just like a lot of people called it. It makes sense. And then that also technically confirms the community's theory of how big this DLC actually is. Because for those that don't know, and that maybe joined during Shadowkeep or sometime during Shadowkeep, Forsaken had the same type of deal where their raid was a week and a half after launch. And it seems to be working the same way here. And the people are making the comparison of Beyond Light is going to be as big, if not a little bit bigger, than Forsaken, due to the similarities and all the changes that we're getting. But if you want to look at all the things that we've talked about briefly over, like, the past few TWABs, I have videos up, other streams. and you can go back and watch all those. Cause
Yeah, I got my own theory for some of that too.
yeah, we'll save that for after the raid talk.
Mm.
Okay, that should give you plenty of time to get ready. We see you assembling your fire teams and conspiring how to power your way up to a competitive level. We hear you asking when you should call in sick, quote unquote. Now you know, so get to finalizing your plans. Here is what else you'll need to know.
Good job being responsible there, Dustin.
Of course. Contest mode will cap all players at 20 power below each encounter for 24 hours. Artifact power. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's not as. Sorry to interrupt, but that's not as nasty as last time, and that's nice.
Actually, the funny thing is, because I was gonna mention like some of the stuff I like looked on Twitter as well as I was preparing for this video, and someone said that like Garden of Salvation was only 10 levels below.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it was more. Oh, wait.
We were lower.
Yeah, we were lower.
We were lower
that's
than.
Drifter for fighting at a higher handicap.
Yeah. we were on extra hard mode.
We were on self-imposed handicap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So and then they say artifact power will be disabled during contest mode. This means that bounty hoarding, which a lot of people are doing, won't matter as much. Which is a good thing because that puts everybody on an even playing field. And the more they talk about it, it proves the point even more. Where, because beforehand, you would save a whole bunch of bounties in the season before, or the DLC before. And then once the new DLC came out, you turned them all in to get an artifact power boost. And not only to get, the really nice mods that are kind of OP at times, but you also got, XP and other things. And then because like before, artifact power actually counted in like the raid, which it still will after contest, of course. But I'm glad they're adding that to the contest, where like they're basically saying you can continue hoarding the bounties, but it won't matter for you. It won't matter for you. So like when people are grinding gear, which I'll go into more detail. Yeah, I like that too. That means when you're grinding gear and Beyond Light, the first week and a half, you have to actually worry about your actual power and not the artifact power, which adds like another part of the competition to it. It's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Any comments?
That's really good. Like I said, last time we really didn't have a chance to use it to our advantage anyways.
Right.
But it is really nice from a competitive perspective. Like, okay, yeah, that definitely shouldn't have been a thing.
Right.
Yeah, everyone turning into dragons and just hoarding all of planetary materials, all the tokens,
exactly.
all of the stuff, just so they can have like a little bit more spending money for when the new stuff is available.
I mean, sure, like it's good to like hold on to like tokens and like planetary materials so you can like do your upgrades and everything. But the bounty thing, like I never really enjoyed. I found it boring. Although it made sense for the XP and everything, I just found it really boring and I never did it. But
yeah, I actually did it in a limited capacity where I only grabbed like 5 of each kind and just let them sit there. But I didn't do it in Masse.
Right.
So.
And then also a few TWABs ago, they actually mentioned how like bounties won't matter as much when it comes to XP. Like doing things in the game itself without bounties actually gives a lot more, especially if like you're a single character account.
Yeah.
So like it's almost as if like if you play one character only, you actually don't need bounties to actually like be on a competitive level in this sense.
Oh, so are they giving a boost to single character accounts? Because I used to be a single character account.
Well, like not necessarily. The way they worded it was like, if you're only because like they compared it to like the people that play on all 3 characters all the time compared to someone who plays on one character all the time. Even if you may have other characters, you still like focus everything on that one character. Like my Warlock, for example, and Eagle Nine's Hunter.
My Warlock, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that too. Where like. For those that play on all 3, you'll still be able to do the things you do, but being a single character main won't handicap you. Basically, that's basically what they mean. So, like, gaining XP and stuff like that, it won't hamper you as much. And it's the same thing for you hoarding bounties. You don't have to hoard bounties this time. People will, of course, because one, they probably already have, and two, you know, it's part of the prep tradition, blah blah blah. And people love tradition anyway. But yeah, like that means that the single character users, once again, even playing field, have a chance. It's all now I can see where like they were laying the groundwork in the past TWABs. They didn't want to reveal everything. It's all coming together, and it's starting to make a lot more sense now, and I like that. They continue on to say that 1230 power is your team's goal to be at the cap for all encounters. And then they go on to say being above 1230 will not provide any additional advantage in the final fights. That most likely means, and the general consensus is the same on Twitter, where people are predicting that, well, since like some weapons are sunsetting in season 12, that means the pinnacle cap is 1260 because we can see, you know, how high they can actually go. So that means the pinnacle cap is 1260. That means the powerful cap, because the powerful cap is always 10 below the pinnacle cap. So that means the powerful cap is 1250. That means, and then a lot of people are predicting the soft cap, which is going to be basically you do the story and maybe a few other things and you'll get to soft cap. Just like how it was for Forsaken and Shadowkeep, where it was really extremely easy to get to 1000. People are predicting that the soft cap is either 1200 or the soft cap is 1240. But it wouldn't make sense for it to be 1240 because they're asking you to be 1230. So I think I'm assuming it'll be 1200, like the soft cap.
Probably.
What do you guys think?
What is our current maximum?
Our current maximum is 1060.
1060. I'd say the soft cap would be around 12. I don't know, 1220 maybe.
1220, 1210 maybe.
Yeah, that range.
Yeah, cause like before I looked on Twitter, I was thinking like 1100, but it wouldn't make sense because it would be extremely. Because I'm at 1060 already.
It would be too easy.
It would be way too easy. I could do probably like the first couple of story missions for Beyond Light and reach 1100. Like
Exactly.
that wouldn't make sense. So yeah, like it would make sense to be anywhere from like 1200 to like 1220. What do you think, Larson?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one to call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just something I guess we're gonna have to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure like they'll explain more the closer we get, but
True.
Of course it's just fun to like theorize and all that. But my theory, and I think I'm right, is gonna be the soft cap is 1200, powerful cap is 1250, and then pinnacle cap, since there's actually evidence in the game already, is gonna be 1260. So
Now, I have a question for the raid itself.
yes,
If 1230 is going to be like the standard for what you can go in with, will enemies be increasing beyond that during the raid?
see, when Last Wish came out, actually no, let's use a recent example, Garden of Salvation. When Garden of Salvation came out, I think the powerful cap was, I think, 1000, right? But the to enter the raid for the first encounter was like 940, or I think, or 950.
I do not recall.
Actually, no, the pinnacle cap was not. I think the pinnacle cap was 960, and to enter the raid was 940, and the final boss was 950. So, and then it was like, to enter, I think you had to be 10 levels down. You had to be like 940, I think, or 930. Either way, I'm going to predict that the raid itself to enter, like when you do it normally, aside from contest, is probably going to be maybe 1240.
Yeah, because I remember from previous raids in general, like
Uh-huh.
it doesn't even I don't even have to point to a specific one, but
Right.
as you get through the raid, the enemies
Get
start
stronger, yeah.
slowly and
They
slowly
scale, yeah.
increasing their
Sometimes not
power
slowly.
level. Not fully, no, but
Some,
there
some,
is like a progression.
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, but sometimes it is not slow.
There's
Fair enough.
sometimes there's like a 10 power jump or just a little 5 power jump.
Uh,
So yeah. Um very
Suddenly you're not able to do damage.
yeah, it's just like, oh, uh either you
I,
infuse the gear you got from the past encounters or you use it. So
Yeah.
and because I know a lot of people for Last Wish, they just infused the gear that they got, which made sense.
What am I gonna
But
do with this shotgun when it's a giant open area?
right, what am I gonna do with the shotgun when it's a sniper encounter? Yeah. So yeah, it's stuff like that. It should be interesting though. I can't wait to see. It's gonna be exciting. And then so they continue on saying, this year the ritual for naming the winners will be different. Following all the immediate fanfare and bustle that follows the checkered flag, our data scientists will be spending extra time validating the finishing team's run. Expect the official announcement for World's First to come a bit later than usual. Disqualifications can happen as per the official rules. I did read the official rules, and they did say that Bungie can cancel or change the requirements at any time. So yeah, so finish strong, even if you hear rumors of another team's victory. That's a big thing. So
That is huge.
of course, you know, if you're a part of the Destiny community in any capacity, you will see anybody and everybody talking about how we need an anti-cheat or some form of anti-cheat because hackers are rampant in the Crucible, and then of course there was fear of cheaters doing extremely well during World's First, or like cheaters winning World's First and all that. But of course this completely confirmed that there's no way cheaters are going to win World's First. But it does make me wonder that if they have these systems in place, it very much seems like there is some form of anti-cheat in place for PvP as well, or for the game in general. That makes things a little interesting.
Yeah, what I'm more concerned about, not the fact that there's, a system to keep, cheaters in line for the most part. That's great. I love that. But what's I think more important is, could there be conflicting firsts within the company itself? Like they finished almost at the same time, but the human error caused it to make it a tie.
Oh,
I feel like at that point, it
it
would
might
come down to
final scores.
yeah, I was about to say it might come down to a few milliseconds, because I know Dado almost got it. He missed it by maybe a few seconds when
Yeah.
and I'm not talking about the 2402 thing. I'm talking about the whole the Crown of Sorrow thing, where they got the exotic as if they got World's First.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
then,
talking about. But
yeah,
that's computers talking.
that's true. Yeah, that's computer
This is
error.
human purview thing.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's gonna get things a little bit more complicated.
yeah. Unfortunately, but I mean, at that point, it's just
It's
cause and
necessary.
effect. Because
It's necessary.
yeah, because I mean, either you don't have possible human error / computer error, and have hackers that could win, or you have no way of hackers winning, but there might be
Exactly.
some error.
Yeah.
So at that point, you just pick the lesser of the two.
Yeah, whether it's the slipping through the code or it's the human not tracking the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just have to pick your poison at that point.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure, and a lot of people in the Destiny community would prefer that no hackers win. So
Yeah, but then there's gonna be people saying the ref was blind.
well, that wouldn't surprise me. It is the Destiny community after all. Anyway, An award ceremony will take place in the days that follow the raid. We'll crown the champions who return first to orbit after a respectable effort. Once we validate a mission completion, we'll enter their names into history. Every member of the 6-player fire team who is certified as the world first finishers will receive a title belt as their ultimate reward. We wouldn't have to pay for it. If we were to get worlds first, they would send us the raid belts individually.
How big is this belt? I've never actually seen one.
Oh, have you not seen?
No. How big is this thing?
It's the
WWE SmackDown belt.
You know the WWE wrestling belts.
Yeah,
it's that big.
All right, so you can essentially wear this as a chest plate.
Either that, or you just put it on your wall.
It's a shoulder pad.
Yeah, if anything,
it's a giant shoulder pad.
I probably would put it on my wall like the way Glad does, where like he has his raid belt in the back.
If we get enough of them, we can form a suit of armor.
There you go. But yeah, they said that we will unveil the new belt close to the start of the race, of course. But yeah, they say that even if you don't win world's first honors, the earliest victors in the raid can claim some awesome rewards to let the world know you were among the first to fight. Everyone who has completed the raid in the first 24 hours while contest mode is activated will receive this very special emblem. It looks very nice. It looks clean. I like it.
It does.
I like it a lot. And it's also really purple, so.
I was about to say it's purple.
Yeah. For those of you who want to flex in style, we will be offering a new Europa Ready raid jacket you can purchase through Bungie Rewards. Finish the raid before December 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific to claim your code. You can use that code to make your purchase anytime before 11:59 Pacific on December 31st. That means it could be a Christmas gift. We'll show off a preview of the jacket closer to the launch of the raid, of course. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That actually gives us a whole month, essentially, like all of November, to be able to complete the raid, which actually isn't that bad, honestly. Because then, like, if you like join sometime during November, we run you through the raid, you can apply for the code too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, like
that part's cool.
It just depends on how things go.
Of course, yeah.
Are we ready for it? Am I ready to come back?
Right. Yeah.
But it actually gives me a lot of freedom to do stuff.
100%.
So that is nice.
Because like you literally have all the way until December 1st at reset.
Yeah, that's a full blown month of just seeing the state of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty solid for you. For those who like to savor new content like a fine wine and not rush through to the raid experience, you will have rewards waiting on you when you get there, along with the redacted weapons and armor. I love that. Everyone who completes the raid will earn this emblem. Once again, very nice. I like it.
I really like that one.
That one's this is really good.
The other one is very like I don't know, tech based.
Yeah.
Well, this one is just I don't know. It's kind of clean.
Yeah, straight to the point. Very clean. I like it.
Yep.
Good luck.
I like the angles.
Yeah, I like it too. It's very nice. Reminds me a little bit of Vault of Glass at the end. Anyway, good luck to everyone with their sights set on the final boss. Before we talk about like other stuff for the raid, they talk about how they're preparing for the next generation of consoles. Earlier today, we announced how Destiny will perform on your next generation console devices. If you have a pre-order in hand, we want to set expectations for when the full suite of next-gen enhancements to the Destiny player experience will land. These upgrades will be delivered on December 8th. Here is a preview of what you can look forward to if you'll be one of the first to install a shiny new deck in your entertainment center. For the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and the PS5 will both be at 4K resolution. The Series S will be at 1080p. The frame rate for all three are 60 FPS. The field of view, there will be a field of view slider for these three. Faster loading times for these three. Cross-generation play for these three. And next-generation upgrade for free through Xbox Smart Delivery and, of course, normal PS5 stuff. Want the full article and explanation stuff, you can click on that. We will not go over that. That's really cool.
That makes console practically on par with the visuals for an actual PC user.
Yes.
That
It's
is
very
going to
nice.
be such an upgrade to quality of life for any console user.
Oh yeah, 100%. Also, like in the vidoc that we actually stayed up for the whole Beyond Light reveal, me and Eagle 9, they talked about how like actual crossplay is something they want to work on for 2021. So for Witch Queen,
I fear for the console players.
yeah, I feel for them too, because we have higher FPS caps as well, a better range of movement.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
They will be able to compete with us though with this upgrade.
Sure, but the movement and like the player skill. Sure,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
gonna be a different ball game.
yeah, like
I've actually been thinking about like what would happen for me to go back to like the Xbox One because I've been using controller on PC.
Right.
And versus against the PC people with the controller.
I guess you would have to test it.
What would happen.
I think you would have to test it on the Series X because, like, I don't know if these upgrades are gonna be on like the first Xbox One and all that.
True enough, but it's just like what would happen when a controller user from the PC land goes back to regular console.
You probably would be like just dominant in like controller.
I don't know. I have no idea what it would be like, but it's an interesting thought experiment.
Definitely.
Anyways.
Yeah, so they go on to talk about how they essentially fixed the drop rate for Cypher decoders with Festival of the Lost. It's really nice. For those that don't know, it's 2 drops per activity completion when applicable. Please note, ciphers do not drop from the following: enemy kills, gambit, forages, and non-playlist strikes. The reason why they say gambit and forages is because people used to AFK in both of those activities. Most notable one is forages. During, I forgot which event it was, but it was pretty bad. People were just doing it. Since these changes went live, we've seen many Guardians claim their mummified Ghost, Ship, and Sparrow from Evil Levante in the tower. With candy raining down from defeated enemies and ciphers doled out after completed activities, we hoped this event feels much more rewarding. It actually kind of does, because I have a majority of the mask already, and I have the Ghost, and I haven't even like been playing the festival all that much. I'm working on my Sparrow now, and then eventually the ship. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a lot better than other events that happen in Year 3. Guardian games. Thank you all. Wait, go ahead.
So pretty much Guardian games.
Yeah. Thank you to all who sounded off at the beginning of the event. We're continuing to watch the conversation as it evolves, and I hope you're enjoying the event since the changes went live. Patrons of the arts. So here they talk about how, like, if you want to design stuff, you can, and then it'll be put inside like an art show of sorts for the This Week at Bungie. It's very nice. So all you artists out there, you can get your stuff seen. Just make sure you tag the Bungie people on Twitter or whatever. I know a lot of you are really talented artists. I've seen a lot on Twitter of like the really nice art. So definitely go for it. I really like the shirt, the Cult of Narcris.
Yeah, I was about to say the shirt is my favorite.
Heck yeah! And then of course,
not to say the art pieces aren't good. It's just that I could see myself wearing that shirt.
Me too, low key. And then I really like the blade in the dark. That's really nice. I like that a lot.
Ah, the memories.
Yes, the dark blade.
So
anyway.
So little time.
Oh yes. Anyway, they of course talk about like bug reports and bug fixes and all that. They talk about the Cypher decoder thing. They talk about the end of season preparation. Season of Arrivals, for those that don't know, and because it was updated and I didn't correct it in my video last week. The end game, the end of the end game season timer to reflect that Season of Arrivals will conclude at 7 p.m. Pacific on November 9th, and will conclude. Well, there will be maintenance from that time until November 10th. And November 10th, the wow. After maintenance ends, the launch of Beyond Light is November 10th at 9 a.m. because daylight savings time.
Wait,
So,
isn't
Okay.
I was having a thing there, apparently.
Okay. No worries.
But yeah, so November 10th at 9 a.m. And I'm pretty sure those are wondering that, like, why, if reset is at 9 a.m., why is the raid at 10? That's because reset is at 9. But that gives you a little bit more time to prepare for 10. So you have an hour if you haven't done anything and you're trying to do stuff last minute for like maybe one more extra drop. So yeah, and then they have a list of things that are being removed at the end of the season. Talk about the known issue stuff with like how gear can sometimes be dropped at 750 power from the chest at the end of the Haunted Forest. I know we've all encountered that. And it's not sometimes, it's literally every single drop is 750. At least for me. The Canis Luna Hunter Vest ornament clips into certain gauntlets. That's fun. And the Unbridled Enthusiasm emote is missing the initial sound effect on trigger. Okay. Of course, they have the Movie of the Week stuff. Check these out. They're always really cool. The last one is really funny. I enjoyed the last one. I'll play the last one for fun. And that's all because like that's copyrighted stuff as well. Like the track itself is copyrighted. The sounds they're making isn't, but like and oh yeah, you did you watch it?
Yep.
the Titan slamming his head.
That was based off of a real life thing, I feel.
Yeah, it was. It was an old meme, but now is the part that actually made me tear up a little bit when I was reading this. They say one last time. When the business of this weekly ritual is done, the author usually closes on a personal note, so gather around and let me tell you a story. For this, I won't say who's writing it yet, but since both of you have a connection to actually who's writing this a lot more than I do, I'll let one of you read this.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say, Larson.
It actually, yeah, no, it means a lot to me. It's
Yeah.
important.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let my headset stop freaking out. There we go. Once upon a time, on November 7th, 2011, after telling my family that I was running away from home to join the circus, I started my very first day at Bungie. I was starry-eyed, terrified, and in no way prepared for the triumphs and trials that awaited us. Fast forward to now, past dozens of events, hundreds of deployments, thousands of patch notes, and millions of spent shell chit casings from my Suros regime. My last day at Bungie will be November 6th, 2020, thus closing out a full 9 years in service of the player. It has truly been an honor. I'll never forget having the chance to see this community come together and create its own movement. The next destination on my professional journey lies down another path, but I'll always enjoy retracing the steps we've taken together. I've made a lot of stops in a career that has spanned many different lives. One of my earliest mentors gifted me some wisdom that has proven true time and time again. Always be engineering yourself out of a job and replace yourself with someone better, he insisted. The truest measure of success is building something that can thrive in your absence. Bungie has been a very special place where I could do just that. The team that I've had the privilege to work with will carry the conversation forward from here, as they have for years now. They are a fine group of people who care about you as much as the awesome developers who work so tirelessly to create these worlds that we explore together. In so many ways, the community managers who are here to succeed me are better than I ever was at anticipating your curiosity. Stick close to them, and they'll keep treating you like the heroes that you are. I'm proud to say that I'm leaving Bungie even more a fan than when I arrived those 9 years ago. Whoever warned you that you should never meet your heroes didn't have the chance to work in a place like this. I'm taking with me a lifetime of incredible memories of Guardians I would have never known otherwise. Destiny will continue to be an amazing game, in part because of you. The people who play Bungie games together are the pride and joy of this company. It has been my pleasure to keep our community tradition strong during my time up front. Let us not say goodbye, my friends. Beyond Light is an experience that I'll share in with each of you. You'll still see me around for the weeks leading up to the launch, and then I'll be reverting back to my original role as a passionate member of this community. See you on Europa. Thank you for everything, and please be excellent to each other. Deej out.
Yeah, when I wasn't expecting this at the end, because it's always like either Cosmo or DMG, sometimes Deej, and they are also community managers, and like they usually add like little fun things or whatever, like get us hyped for like, you know, the coming week, or like, you know, beyond, or the next DLC or the next cool thing coming. And so that's what I was expecting, and I saw one last time, and I was confused, and I read through, and when it was Deej, I was like, what? It's like I posted it in our group chat for the clan. I was like, wait, Deej is leaving Bungie after 9 years? I didn't know what to think. So they have more of a connection to Bungie than I do, because I joined the whole like enjoyment of Bungie with the start of Destiny 1 when it was announced I think back in 2013 at E3. And he's been a great community manager, because I didn't know how long he'd actually been there, since like all the live streaming stuff for Destiny and everything, he was usually running it, and I thought he's always like been there and one of the long lasting people. But they've told me otherwise.
So
No, yeah, Neil, go ahead and go first.
Okay, yeah, so I've been around since around, I think the end of Halo 2, beginning of Halo 3, and then on forward with Bungie as a company. So, yeah, I have a little bit of recollection for what the community was like. I wasn't super active back during, like, before Reach, but yeah, like the community members were always there. The Bungie like ninjas and stuff were always in the background, like doing things, crazy fun things sometimes, and they were there. They've always been there, always communicating, doing stuff. But it wasn't until Destiny that it actually started really ramping up, and I actually noticed who was speaking, and that was Deej. He was there since like from my point of view, Deej is the person that you go to talk about things when it comes to Destiny in general. Like
Yeah,
he's the go-to person.
100%.
Before
That's what I
then,
know him as.
yeah, like yes, he was been around a little bit before Destiny, but he probably was just getting his feet planted and where he was.
Right.
Because I don't really remember him too much before Destiny. I don't know about you, Larson, but I don't really remember who was speaking during like Reach days.
Well, I remember every once in a while you get a tweet. I can't remember if it was he was the community manager or not. I would think so. I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember once in a while you get tweets of, because there used to be an emblem you could get in Halo Reach that you could only get by
Yes.
beating Bungie team members.
Yes. You can
Mhm.
only
And it was,
acquire it from beating one of them.
yeah, and it was actually a viral emblem. So if you ever
Exactly.
beat somebody who had that emblem, you'd also get it. But it was cool. They used to always do stuff like that. But the level of communication and interaction that happened during Destiny 1 was just insane. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Mm.
Like they didn't really directly speak to us as much. It was more like a public announcement.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more generalized, not very targeted or personal.
Hmm.
But Deej, it actually felt like he was in the room with us, like, over our shoulders and like pointing at things on the screen.
Look at that! Look
Okay.
at that!
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like it almost felt like that. Like dude was hanging on your shoulder, drinking like a soda or something, just like, hey, look at that.
Oh
That's
boy!
cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the fact that he's leaving after so long is like, oh man, like that's like one of the pillars of Destiny, in my opinion.
Yeah. I honestly agree. Of course, you have like the strong pillars from like the game devs, like Christopher Backen. You have, of course, the one that everybody knows, Luke Smith. But Deej, he essentially was the face of Destiny almost, like, cause Every live stream, he would be there. Every live event, even like an in-person event, he was there. Although unfortunately, I never got to see him in person. I would have loved to gone to one of the events that had Destiny and like got to meet him and like, you know, a few of the other community managers or maybe even like some of the developers and everything. Of course, to ask them questions and stuff like that. But like, just meet them and like get to know them almost, and you know, like take a picture with them or something. It's like I see all the pictures on Twitter and everything, and people with their memories with them, and I'm just like, dang. Like I was hoping that like one day I would actually be able to meet like some of them, or at least Deej, but unfortunately, you may only be able to see him in game or see him running around as a warlock with his Suros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks when pivotal people that were a part of something you enjoy go away, but like that's just how things go. Not everybody can be a part of something forever, and luckily, like, you know, he's going away happy and like and all that. But yeah, he's definitely gonna be missed.
As much as we want things to stay the same, things kind of have to change.
Yeah,
It's just the way things are. If things stay the same, nothing ever happens.
that's true.
So yeah.
So yeah, Deej, you definitely will be missed. Thank you, Deej, for everything that you've done, and
so much.
Yeah, for everything that you've done, all the laughs, all the jokes, all the cool moments, all the memes and all that. It just you're great, dude. Whatever you continue to do, even if it's like retirement or something, or like, you know, you go on to a different job or something, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do just as well as you did here at Bungie in the Destiny community. Thank you, Deej.
Good luck to you.
All right.
Absolutely. And happy journeys and eyes up, Guardian, I guess, because you're one of us.
He's still one of us, after all.
And of course, your famous quote that you always like to say at the end of everything that you say, even on live streams: please do be excellent to each other. We will always, in some way, shape, or form, try our best to be excellent to each other. Alright, and with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think about, like, you know, the new raids, the new contest and everything for the raid, and how they're doing things. If you guys are excited for it, how you guys are actually preparing for it, or what you guys think the soft cap, powerful cap, and pinnacle cap is gonna be, and all that. And like, also, if you want to, if you had any encounters with like Deej, like, free to give your favorite memory of them, or like your favorite moment, like during a Destiny live stream or at an event like E3 or something like that. Like, just go ahead and leave all that there. Of course, I have a Twitch. Follow me there for, you know, live streams and stuff like that. I stream Destiny, Valorant, Genshin, Impact. We stream D&D, and of course, usually these TWABs are streamed, but I am not returning until the 23rd of this month. And then, of course, I have a Twitter. Follow me there, which is at Soto Entertain M1. That's when I post I'm going live normally, and like, you know, any other updates. And yeah, love you all very much. And in Deej's words, be excellent to each other. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.